It's Monday. It's a good day to have a good day. Hello, everybody. My name's Cece Ray. Thanks for joining me. And we are talking about Joe Gorga, seeing Joe Giudice reuniting in the Bahamas. But was it all that good? Hmm. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And with that, let's break the dish. You heard me right. Joe Gorga and Joe Giudice saw each other in the Bahamas. It was on Instagram as a little reel there. And Joe Gorga posted, both walked into the same bar at the same time. A lot of history there. We have memories since we were kids. I'm happy he's doing well and looks good. We were both happy to see each other and catch up. Glad someone caught it. Now, the interesting thing is that Gia, that's right, she puts a post right underneath of it and she comments, "This is honestly comical knowing you were with him for not even 5 minutes and were able to have somebody take a video of the interaction. Meanwhile, all you have done is talk so poorly about my father. You are such an opportunist to take advantage of the once in a lifetime opportunity to see my father and use it for a post." Now, let's get into this, shall we? Number one, let's just talk about the video here. Now, they both showed up at this bar, quote unquote, at the same time. Now, Joe Gorga and Melissa Gorga were vacationing in the Bahamas. Okay. Now, did they know that Joe Giudice was gonna be at this bar? Possibly. Possibly they used it as a photo op. Obviously, they posted it. However, why isn't it that Joe Giudice didn't know that he was at the bar? I mean, Joe Giudice might want the publicity too. Think about it. Why is it all of a sudden on Joe Gorga? Because he posted it and Joe Giudice didn't? How do we know that somebody didn't put a spin on this knowing that Joe Gorga would post it? I mean, they're the ones really active on social media. Just playing devil's advocate there. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, when it comes to Gia, I love Gia. She's a beautiful girl. She is intelligent, has a great future ahead of her. However, come on, Gia. You want to play with the adults? Then you got to act like one. Your father has dragged your uncle and aunt over the years through the mud, including when you were a young little girl, promoting you to mock your aunt, to say that she was the one keeping your uncle away from you. I mean, let's be real here. Your father is not innocent by any means. So let's not just throw that all on the Gorgas. Just saying. Now, the interesting thing that happened as well through this post is that there was a response back. So when the Gorgas saw that Gia posted, uh, first Melissa, under Melissa's account, wrote, "We both spoke poorly about each other. It was a nice moment. We have a lot of history together. Get the hate out of your heart." Okay. Now, why everyone's in an uproar now all of a sudden is because under Joe Gorga's account is the same message. to the point that now Melissa had to go back on Instagram and say, listen, he had my phone. He saw what Gia wrote and he instantly replied, not thinking he had my phone, and then repeated the reply under Joe Gorga. Well, that seems pretty rational to me. Now, I don't have a dog in this fight, but come on. I'm standing outside the box looking in, and that sounds pretty rational. So I'm not quite sure why the Giudices, Teresa and the family, are trying to rewrite history. Teresa has dragged Melissa through the mud every chance she had, okay? And then when she finally got out of prison, it was basically, "I'll be nice to you, but you're gonna have my back." And that's when you started seeing the change in Melissa. That is also why Jacqueline Larita had such a problem with her and called her fake, was because literally Jacqueline had Melissa's back for several years. And then when Melissa vowed to have Teresa's back, she started distancing away from Jacqueline because Teresa didn't like Jacqueline. Oh, that's right. Jacqueline attacked her because she was asking her questions about charges that came to be true. And so one day, if you recall, they're all at dinner, I believe, in a spa up in New York. And Jacqueline's trying to get Melissa to remember, like, look, your sister in law there, she was part of a setup, remember Strippergate? And I had your back. Remember that? And Melissa's responding like, no, I don't really remember that. And that's when Jacqueline started yelling, "You're a fake, you're a fake." And that's why Jacqueline thinks she's a fake because she had her back and then all of a sudden she started changing her tune. Now, you want to talk about a photo op? Hello, Teresa, last week with a photo op with Jacqueline Larita. And, I think it's baloney that she's playing on Jacqueline Larita. Jacqueline is a real person. I like Jacqueline. Everybody likes Jacqueline. She literally mourned over that relationship, and Teresa didn't give a crap. Let's make sure we're clear about that. She didn't. And now, years later, all of a sudden, when Jacqueline makes one simple post about Melissa being fake, all of a sudden it's, I want to see her. You know, I've missed her. Oh, we have so much in common. She has a necklace. I have a necklace. They're both autistic. Give me a break, lady. Let me tell you something. Jacqueline has been raising her son with autism. She has been the one that has been up in the middle of the night crying over her child, trying to help her child. You married a man with an autistic child. You have no idea what it's like to parent a child with autism. And you're saying that now, all of a sudden, you can understand, you can relate, you have so much in common, and you're using that as a photo op. And Jacqueline fell right for it because, let's be real, even though it's been years, I think Jacqueline went into it as this could be closure for me, or she could have a different attitude and we could have a really nice time and positively move on. And it wouldn't be something constantly as a negative memory in my life. But let's be clear, Teresa used it as a photo op, just like Gia is saying her uncle used her father as a photo op. But the difference is that somebody's trying to rewrite history, and you can't rewrite history. The Giudices have dragged Melissa and Joe for years. For years. Nobody's perfect here, and I'm not saying that the Gorgas have been perfect by any means, but let's not try to rewrite history and make it seem as though your family's been sitting on a mountain all sweet and innocent, because that's the furthest from the truth. And that's what I have to say about that. But I would love to hear what your comments are. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. So make sure you comment down below. But before you do, you know what you have to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because here we break the dish.